and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Liz. Today we are looking at the month of September 2025. So it is officially getting into the cozy months. So I'm excited. I've already started decorating. I've actually already decorated partially for Halloween. I still have a little bit more to do, and I know that seems early, but I'm ready. So it was really fun to kind of put out the fall leaves and get into that energy. So yeah, let's look at September for you. And what we did was we pulled you some cards, including tarot and oracle. First, to kind of talk about the themes of the month and anything that will really kind of stand out. And then we went into the week by week forecast. If you like really in-depth readings, definitely subscribe, because every single week on my channel, we go into the next 7 days and we pull you a tarot card as well as charms for every single day. But today we did do like an overall kind of forecast for the full month, and we also pulled letters. So definitely stay tuned for the end of your reading to get all of the information. But let me show you what we have today. So like I said, I went with a fall theme today just because I'm excited. So for group one, we've got the Two of Cups. It says, some people are like the pumpkin to your spice. And the cards on top of the groups don't necessarily connect with what the reading talked about, just so you know. I mean, in some ways it did, but just choose based on whatever image or card or number you feel drawn to. And to help you choose, I also included some items. So for this one, I also included this pumpkin spice latte for group one. So for group two, we have the Page of Swords, and it says, curiosity is a type of magic. One of those little free little libraries. And the item to go with this group is the little pencil. And then finally for group three, we have the Fool card. And it says, take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. And the item to go with this group is a little potion bottle. All right, so let's take a deep breath together. This might help you decide which group is for you. Pause the video if you need more time. There's no rush. Yeah, get yourself a cozy cup of tea or coffee and relax with me. Today's video went a little bit longer than usual, I would say. Not too much, but a little bit. Very in-depth, a lot of information. Quick little disclaimer though, please have fun with my readings. My readings are meant for entertainment purposes. If you're listening to this and you feel like it's not resonating, this one might not be for you. So feel free to come back to the beginning and choose a different group, or hopefully next time the reading will be for you. But I hope that there is a message today that does resonate, and that this all ends up happening the way that you want. And I'd love to hear, come back at the end of the month and let me know. I love the updates. It's my favorite part, because a lot of times these things with the monthly readings and the weekly readings, at first you might not know what it's talking about, but then as the month kind of unfolds and things start to happen, it starts to make a lot more sense. So yeah, and one last thing, I do have Patreon and memberships, and every single week I upload something new there. And recently, in the past few months, we've done like different topics every week. So it used to be just a general message for that week, but now we look into different subjects and topics, and there's fun things. There are lots of videos to check out. So if you want to support the channel and join my cozy community over on Patreon and memberships, both of those will be linked below. It's really just whichever is more convenient for you. And yeah, let's dive in. I will put the timestamps below. We will start with group number one. If you chose the first card, the Two of Cups, then this is your messages for September 2025. So obviously I'm excited to get out all the fall decor. Do you know that I've already decorated for Halloween? I did it, and I will show you, so keep posted for that. But yeah, let's see what is happening in September. Look what just flipped out when I split the deck. So Two of Cups energy is strong for you in the month of September. Partnerships, relationships might just be heavy on your mind. I mean, you chose the Two of Cups, so that could be, partially what's going on. But let's see what else you get. So we're going to get some oracle cards, some tarot cards, and see what is in store for you for a September 2025 group one. So let's see. Group one, what's going on for September? Page of Swords and Judgment. right. I feel like you're making your mind up about something, or you're feeling quite decisive in regards to something. It could be a relationship. We'll get more info with the oracle cards as well. Let's get some tea leaf cards. Group 1, what's happening in September for group 1? What's going on in September? You've got the flag. Don't be tempted to lower your standards. The boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. And the door. Opportunities are waiting for you. Oh, wow. Group 1. So you're not settling in the month of September. And it's not just about like standards from others, like standards in a relationship or, anything like that. This also is something to do with yourself. Like you're expecting more of yourself in September. And I'm not getting that in like being hard on yourself type of a way, but you're really ready to level up in September. So there's something you're wanting to put more work, more effort, more time, more energy in because you want to see what's behind this door. There's opportunities waiting for you, and you're like, it's almost like I'm getting words like revival, rebirth, reset. I'm getting, there's a lot of healthy self-analysis, and I think you've been doing a lot of thinking lately about maybe what you're settling for, about maybe what is and isn't making you happy, about areas that you can improve in your life. So again, I'm not getting that you're being like overly critical of yourself or anything like that, or hard on yourself unnecessarily. It's just more so about, okay, I want more out of this situation, or I want to reach for more. I know I can succeed if I just put the work in. So let's see what else you get, group 1. You've got Rubio's tea. Rejuvenation, patience, steadiness. It's so funny because that's kind of one of the words I was thinking of, rejuvenation. So yeah, your September for you is interesting because it's sort of like, I just got the word, I'm getting lots of words popping in, turning a page. It's a new chapter for you. You're putting out this energy of like being more motivated than ever to achieve something. I'm getting to in September, you don't seem as affected by other people's behavior or something someone else is saying. Like you're able to kind of dismiss it or not let it bug you. It's not getting to you as much. You're really listening to your own best judgment in the month. Like you're not counting on other people to tell you what to do or even putting too much weight on other people's opinions. Group 1, what's happening in September? Hedge, potential, boundaries, indecision. I think I said it earlier, I don't know if I just thought it, but I was getting something about feeling indecisive. So you're making some big decisions in September, group 1. Like this is going to be a bit of a turning point for you. I was getting the expression like you're turning a page. I feel like you're getting kind of really serious about some things in the month ahead. Basically, September for you is going to be a month of massive change, but it's like personal change. It's change that you're making, you're choosing to make. There's something you've been indecisive about, or you've had a hard time, you've been kind of sitting on the fence with something, or like very back and forth with something, and one of these things is just not making you happy, or it's not fulfilling for you, or you also could be trying to keep everyone happy in a certain situation, so you could be dealing with a little bit of people pleasing. But September for you is really going to be a month of evaluation and assessment, and you're making some big decisions, but positive decisions for you in your life. You're seeing things very clearly in September, okay? And what I'm getting is you know what you have to do. You know the decision that you have to make. So if you're still unclear as to what decision this is, this could be something, of course, that's popping up throughout the month. But yeah, very, very decisive. This is going to be a month of change for you. And a month of, I like how it said rejuvenation, because it is a month of rebirth for you. And you seem just more, I don't know, there's a seriousness to it. I feel like you feel more serious than ever about about what it is that you need to do or like what direction you're going in. I'm seeing September as somewhat of a serious month in a way, okay? Like, it doesn't mean you're not having fun or the whole month is just going to be like all serious, but you're taking something really serious. And I think it could be a month of a bit of like a wake-up call of some kind. And maybe this is just about areas where you've kind of like, again, maybe settled for less or lowered your standards or, you know, again, even from yourself, like maybe areas of life where you kind of felt like you were procrastinating or not really putting the effort in that you knew you wanted to, which is okay, right? Because sometimes we've got months of rest or we've got periods of time where we're just not feeling a lot of initiative, okay? So that's fine. It's, again, I can't stress this enough. It's not about like beating yourself up or being hard on yourself. This is more so about, okay, I'm giving myself the chance to pursue these opportunities. I'm going to take this very seriously. I'm going to get serious about writing that book. I'm going to get serious about looking for that new job. I'm going to really get serious about this goal that I have. I'm really going to dedicate the time to this. I really want to put the effort in because I'm worth it, because I don't want to settle for less in this situation. So let's see what your animal card is. You got the frog spirit, okay? So clear out the clutter. So yeah, you could be doing a little bit of decluttering too throughout the month, okay? And there could be certain items that you've kind of been holding on to that like you're keeping out of guilt. I read that book, The KonMari Method. It really did help me because I'm a sentimental person. So it helped me get rid of things that may have at once had sentimental value or meaning to me that weren't making me happy, or I was keeping out of guilt because I spent money on it, or it reminded me of this person, or what if I need that one day, that kind of thing. So yeah, you're getting pretty, I don't know, there's just this, again, this kind of serious energy about the month for you, group 1. And I just got the phrase, enough is enough. There could be like just things you're just tired of. You're just tired of some sort of situation. Sometimes, okay, I'm getting the idea of like, sometimes we feel indecisive because things haven't gotten to the point where they're like pushing us for something better yet. Okay, so basically what I think could be happening in September is, because I just got the phrase enough is enough. So like something you've just had enough. You just had enough of it. You're ready to make a change. And like I said, it doesn't have to be necessarily something someone else is doing. It could be more so just something in your life where you're like, okay, that's it. No more of this. I'm changing this. It really is going to be a good month for making personal changes and reassessing those things in your life that you really want to change that maybe up until now you just didn't have the motivation to do. So September is bringing with it a lot of motivation. Yeah, you're getting serious about your goals. You're getting serious about different things. You're also, oh, this just came through. You're not using, okay, well, I don't know how to do this as an excuse to not do something. So you're doing the research, you're looking more into things. You're not dismissing your ability to learn or to figure things out, okay? So you're figuring things out. If there's been like little obstacles in the way of you reaching these goals or opening this door, whatever this door represents, you're figuring these things out in September. Okay, so and a lot of times, like, I know there's certain things sometimes that'll like keep me from getting something accomplished, and it takes like 5 minutes to do, like certain little things, right? So there's no excuses. It's very much like a no nonsense kind of month. Having said that, relationships are definitely a highlight. I'm seeing communication improving in one particular relationship. I'm seeing a bond definitely strengthening. I'm seeing you getting closer to someone. There could be just a breakthrough in communication in a certain relationship. It could be romantic, friendship, work partnerships. There's something you're also dealing with in a partnership, like once and for all, okay, we're going to have this discussion and then sort this out and move forward. Okay, so if there's been kind of something heavy in the air or something that you and another person have been kind of avoiding, I think September is going to be the month where you're like, okay, let's just talk this out. Let's sort this out. Let's deal with this so we can move on once and for all from this. I'm seeing you're also placing more boundaries in relationships, okay? So you're getting better at saying no when you don't want to do something. And I'm seeing you're much more confident in September to communicate your boundaries or just express what it is that you need or what it is that you feel about certain situations or what you think about certain things. So maybe recently you've been kind of feeling a little bit shy, or you feel, I was getting earlier, like people pleasing tendencies. So I feel like you're kind of turning a corner with that, where you don't really care so much what other people think. It's more so like, okay, am I being true to myself? Are the decisions that I'm making, is the way that I'm living aligning with my values, with my core values? So that's really important to you, more so than like what people think. I was mentioning earlier too, like not relying on everyone else's opinion, because if you start asking everyone else's opinion about like, okay, well, what do you think if I take this opportunity? It's great to get insight, of course, and like if there's a trusted person, like I'm all for asking for advice, but I think sometimes we can sometimes ask too many people. I think, where appropriate, you're seeking advice from others, but for the most part, you're just like, okay, you know what? I can figure this out for myself. I need to do what feels right for me, because you're going to get different advice from various people, right? One person might say, oh, no, that's not what you want to do. This is the direction you want to go. And other person might say, oh yeah, that's great. Like do that. So you know what I mean? That can cause indecision as well. I'm also getting you're standing firm in your decisions in the month. You're really like sticking by your decisions and feeling confident in them and trusting yourself to make them as well. Back to clearing the clutter, I'm just seeing you like getting sick and tired of like holding on to things, and not necessarily those sentimental, meaningful things, but more so just like useless things that you've been keeping, like anything that's broken that you're not going to fix. Just clutter, okay? So I'm seeing you doing a massive declutter. And this is really going to make you feel rejuvenated as well. It's going to give you this fresh burst of energy. You're not being so hard on yourself. You're not being overly critical of yourself. We can be honest with ourselves without being overly critical. And you're not settling for mistreatment. And even from yourself, like especially not from yourself, right? So yeah, I love this. I don't know what has happened to get you here, group 1, but yeah. Now, I really would love to do a love reading for September, but what I'm seeing as far as relationship goes, because you had such a heavy emphasis on Two of Cups, I mean, this is the one you chose, but the Two of Cups did pop out earlier. Like I said, I think there's a relationship that is getting stronger. Communication is improving. There could be a new relationship too that you're exploring, and the two of you really connect over your like ideas of things. Maybe just communication wise, things are great between you. And as far as don't be tempted to lower your standards, like please, if you're like just new to dating, and I'm experiencing this myself, like there's that temptation sometimes to be like, okay, I'm going to ignore this red flag because what if someone else doesn't come along, or what if this is all there is, right? So I'm going to ignore this red flag. I'm going to ignore this situation or this thing about this relationship or person that really kind of makes me uncomfortable, or I don't like where this is going, or this is something I disagree with, whatever the case may be. I think like you're not lowering your standards in dating. One more thing I want to say, and then I'm going to read one of these cards, but one more thing I want to say too. You might have kind of reached a point in your career and business, in a personal project, where you've kind of like fallen into a bit of a stagnant point. So now is the time to like seek out more education, or like I'm getting leveling up. Okay. So take another course, get more information, start doing something new. It's time to like freshen up the energy with something. It may be working. Okay. And it's not about changing something that's working, but it might be time to like, okay, let's enhance this. Let's get more information about this. Let's freshen this up. Okay. So there could be something where you're deciding to make a few small shifts just to freshen up the energy, or just add more information, or add more education or knowledge to something that you probably already do well, but you're ready to like level up with this. So good month to like seek out like a new course, get a new book, do more study, practice a new skill, anything like that. September's going to be a really great month to do that. Kind of think a little bit about like back to school vibes a little bit. Let's read this one. We'll read you Hedge, and then we'll get you your charms. All right. Okay, look at this. First of all, do you need to be firmer about how you allow others to impact you, or are your boundaries so strong that you push people away? Okay, I think for you, it's the first part. Do you need to be firmer about how you allow others to impact you? So I think that's what you're doing. I think you've had enough of the people pleasing. So the hedge or natural boundary serves two purposes: to define a safe zone, protecting you from what's outside, or to keep you in one place, like a pen. The hedge card asks that you review your own boundaries and how you respond to the boundaries created by others. A hedge is also a symbol of moving between two states of being or two worlds. Riding the hedge is a phrase used to describe the spirit's journey where the witch's awareness travels to acquire information and undertake new experiences. Okay, bingo. So September for you is really going to be a month of new experiences, but you're seeking them out, okay? You're increasing your efforts to achieve your goal. So a good month to, again, like try new things, seek out more education, take that course, read that new book, try that new skill out, take that class, whatever it is. This is going to be a good month to do that. The hedge belongs to neither world, being the liminal space between the two. If you are in that liminal space, it's time to choose which side to step into for now. You can't stay there forever. So yeah, I was getting that phrase, enough is enough. So with the Judgment card, okay, this is a massive card of choice and change, personal change. So yeah, there's something you've been indecisive about and you're just ready. You've made up your mind, or you're just listening to that inner calling or what feels right for you. And I see for you the month is a lot about like making positive improvements in your life and positive changes in your life. And you're being really honest with yourself too, and honest with others as well. So yeah, I like how it mentioned being firmer about boundaries, because I do think that you need to do that. So let's get a few charms for the month. We'll go week by week. All right, group 1. So I'm kind of indecisive on how I want to do this, because typically I pull a tarot card for each week. I think I'll do that. We already got our tarot cards for the month, but I'll pull you a tarot card for each week. We'll get some charms, and we're just looking at highlights of the weeks. So any main themes of each of the weeks. So let's see, group 1, week 1, you've got 8 of Wands. Week 2, you've got that 2 of Swords, which we saw on the bottom there. So this could be the week where you're really seeing that indecision. Week 3, you've got 10 of Wands, and week 4, you've got Page of Pentacles. You've got 2 pages in your reading today. Let's get a few charms. Okay, so let's see what we have here. All right. And if you want like really detailed weekly breakdowns, definitely subscribe, because every single week I do a weekly reading and we go in depth. We get charms for every single day and a tarot card for every day. So this is kind of just like a weekly forecast of any highlights. But yeah, let's see what's going on. So week 1, you've got 8 of Wands and a Cup. So what I'm feeling from this with the 2 of Cups that you got is a relationship is really starting to progress and take off. There could be some unexpected communication, romantic communication from someone as well. You did have the Page of Swords, and everything I'm seeing here, I just feel like there could be some sudden communication, or possibly even hearing from someone you didn't expect. Or things could just be moving fairly fast in a relationship right away in September, okay? So this could be getting to know someone pretty fast. This tells me that the first week of September is possibly going to be especially busy. You might have a lot to do. There could be lots of changes or a lot of unpredictable energy throughout the first week, but you do have the Cup there. So love is really a focus. So this combination is making me think of just a relationship starting to progress and move and change, and there could also be something kind of unexpected happening in love. Anything that's been like delayed or postponed could also start to move. You might see movement right away. So this energy speeds things up. So something's starting to really speed up in the first week. Into the second week, you've got the word open, you've got the shovel, you've got the little house, and you've got the 2 of Swords. I'm seeing possible house guests or travel. It could also be the week where you're doing the clear the clutter with the home. So there could be a focus on the home. There could be something about an open house as well in the second week. You've got the shovel. So this can be about uncovering something, uncovering information. It also makes me think of digging deep, and it can also represent a breakthrough. So whatever feels relevant to you, but you've got the 2 of Swords. So you saw the 2 of Swords earlier in the reading, and you had cards about indecision. You had cards about making a decision with the Judgment card. So this is really a week where you're taking this decision really seriously, or maybe starting to even be like with a the messages I was getting about being like open to new information or research or education. So this could be a month too where you're really starting to dig deep into something or look into something a little bit further. There could also be a breakthrough in regards to a decision. Here's the thing. You know what's best for you. I always love this illustration because even though the Switch is wearing a blindfold, they've still hit the bullseye, okay? So there's definitely something here about like, you know what's best for you. So you're in September being true to yourself and making the decisions that feel best for you and that are good for you and your future. Into the third week, you've got the 10 of Wands, you've got the little teapot, you've got the spoon, you've got the octopus and the mask. So let me see here what I'm getting. Well, first of all, I think September, I was saying this earlier, I think it's going to be a pretty busy month for you. You've got a lot you're doing, okay? Because you've got relationships obviously highlighted, okay? There's a relationship that's really starting to progress or take off, or you're getting closer to someone, or there's a new friendship or a romantic relationship. There's definitely an emphasis on partnerships. But also you've just got a lot you're doing, okay? Like you're increasing your efforts with something just like your card said. So there could just be a lot to do. I'm seeing you multitasking or just doing a lot in the month. Don't burn yourself out. Like, I don't think that this has to lead to exhaustion or burnout. It's just like you've just got a lot you want to do in the month. So I think that's great. As long as you're, again, like not overworking yourself to the point where it's like unhealthy. I think you'll be able to kind of strike that balance. You've got the spoon. The spoon can represent assistance coming in. So there could be some assistance. This could also talk about like, honestly, I'm getting there could be something about, maybe this is why we're getting so much about boundaries, because there's someone that likes to stir the pot, I'm getting, or like create some drama. Okay. So you may have to, like, these boundaries might include like not, I don't know, like you might have to set some firm boundaries as far as like what you tell people, or if people are prying into your life, like you don't have to give them access to everything that you're doing or all of the information. So that could definitely be part of what's going on. This could also just be a great week for friendship and closeness in a relationship. The teapot can represent friendship, warmth, comfort. But the mask, I don't know, there's something I'm getting about maybe just someone like with the mask and the spoon just made me think like there's someone maybe creating a little bit, like trying to stir things up a little bit. The mask right now is actually making me think of like Seven of Swords, not in like a deceptive way, but more so in like, I don't know, just being careful, I guess. I don't know. There's something about that coming through. Like it's not about, because sometimes I get messages about authenticity with the mask too, but in this case, I'm just getting like, you may not want to show all of your cards in the third week in regards to something, okay? And then in the fourth week, I love this school bus with the back to school energy I mentioned earlier. You've got Page of Pentacles. You already had your Page of Swords. So the fourth week in particular, you're like, I don't know if this is the week where you're buying that book, taking that course, looking into that class, seeking out information, practicing your skills, adding new skills. Like what else can I do? What else, like if you're in a certain creative field, like, okay, what can I add? How can I start changing things? What new skills should I brush up on? Is there further education that I can get? Because I'm seeing you very curious in the month too. Like you're craving information, and this is really, I was getting like a new chapter, a turning point for you. And I was getting something earlier about like wake up calls, and I just noticed the lightning. So there's a lot of wake up calls throughout the month too. Lots of realization, self-assessment being a theme for you. But let's get a few letters, and then I'm going to wrap up there just so this doesn't go too long. I like to keep the monthlies at about a half an hour per group. Yeah, you've got secret. Yeah, the third week, there's something about a secret being revealed, or it could be telling you not to reveal all of your secrets. with the boundaries card. It's not so much about mistrust, it's more so about strategy though. That's what it feels like. So I'm just gonna flip these over and then I'll leave them alone. I'll let you look at them. I'll see if I can see anything, but I can tell you right now I'm not going to. I can just tell today that I'm not. So pause the video if you want to spend some time with it. Fresh, like fresh start. Do we have fresh start? That'd be cool. Yeah, we do. Look at that. Fresh start. Yeah. And that's what I was feeling. Like you're starting a new chapter in the month. Getting something like you've learned some lessons. You got a new perspective on a few things too. Yeah, so secret always, and then felt. Something you, maybe in the third week, that's what it is. Like something you kind of like intuitively knew could be like confirmed, or yeah, something like that. There's something about a secret in the third week. I see. Growth, personal growth. Got stop, because we had the messages about boundaries. And with don't be tempted to lower your standards, there could be something like I've had like enough is enough. So there could be something you've had enough of. Let me know what you're decluttering too, if you have anything you're decluttering. Okay, so let me know what you think, group 1. I'd love to know, and we will see you next month. Hello, group 2. If you chose the Page of Swords, Curiosity is a type of magic with the little free libraries. I always love these. And the little pencil, then this is your messages for what is happening in September. So I'm excited to dive in. I think I'll start with your tarot cards first. Group 1 was very interesting, so I'm curious to see what you get. But what is happening in September? So these cards that I get first are just going to represent like the main themes of the month. So I'll see what's coming in for you, see what stands out, and then we'll get you your charms. We'll get you a tarot card for every week, and we'll get you some letters. So let's see what is happening for group 2 in the month of September. Got the Hierophant. Got the 10 of Wands in reverse. And the Page of Swords again. Okay, so you got the Page of Swords twice. So that's interesting because you chose the Page of Swords. It says curiosity is a type of magic. Okay. It's an interesting combo. Group 2. Happening for group 2. So higher power, lightness, and sacred. Group 2. Be here now with the hummingbird. One more, actually 2 more decks. Happening in September for group 2. Oak tree, so power, courage, and strength. Okay, let's get you some tea leaf cards. Group 2. What's happening in September? So news of a birth or a new business opportunity. You've got the Scales, keep your life in balance, and Broom, new home, new attitude. Okay, wow. Lots going on here. This is like quite the variety. Okay. Okay, group 2. Let me just look at this for a second. Okay, so I've been staring at these for a good minute or so. One of the things I feel for you, group 2 in September, is you've got questions. You've got a lot of questions. September for you, I think, I like how it says this. So curiosity is a type of magic. You've got the Page of Swords as one of your cards of the month, and it's the one that you chose. All right, so it's like you're seeking answers. Okay, I feel like you're seeking information and answers in various areas of life. I think I just got the word philosophical. So you might have like big philosophical questions or just like big questions that you want answered. So I'm seeing a couple of different things for you, group 2. This, and it's so funny because I chose the pencil for group 2 and it reminded me of like back to school supplies. So it's kind of reminding me with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant can be the teacher. Possibly you're seeking out some education. I see the picture here with the little library. So and group 1 had a little bit about this too. So I think September is just bringing up this collective energy of like wanting to know more. I think for you, September could be a good month to seek out that teacher, whoever that is for you, about whatever topic it is that you are curious about. Whatever this ends up being, and this might make more sense as the month progresses, but maybe there's like a topic you want to research more, or even something about a business or something to do with work. This is going to be a good month to take courses, seek out that teacher, ask those questions. Like this is a good month to get an education about something, okay, that you want to know about. Some of you actually could be enrolling in formal education as well. So you could be going back to school. Some of you are maybe applying to different places, signing up for certain classes or courses. So I think September is going to be a really fantastic month to do that. And anything that you want to know about, I'm getting the answers are there for you. The answers are there to find out. So think about what that might be. Again, you might not know what this is yet, as this is a September reading, so it might kind of pop up in September. You might find middle of the month, you're like, hey, you know what? I've always wanted to learn to play the guitar, so I'm going to seek out someone or a place or somewhere that can teach me that. Or maybe it's something a little bit more like to do with career, or even just questions that you have, even possible spiritual questions that you might have. So on that topic, you also have higher power and the Hierophant as well. So some of you also might be getting more in touch with your spiritual life as well, and seeking out some answers, or even possibly some friends or a place where you can go and explore your spirituality with friends, or with a community that you feel welcomed into. Sometimes the Hierophant comes up when we want to kind of break free from conformity, or like the group or the crowd, or the way things have always been done. Okay, but sometimes we might actually be craving some more like formal teaching. Okay, so like we talked about, it could be actual like education. This could represent a teacher, a school, or something like that. And I think it's less about maybe one specific teacher, but maybe you're just curious about a lot of things to do with spirituality in the month of September. You may be just exploring that side of yourself, or trying to connect with your higher power. You might just be finding you're wanting to read more or learn more, or just seek out different teachings, or just different information about various topics. Honestly, it feels like it's not one thing for you. I just feel like you're very curious. It's reminding me a little bit of like, I don't know, Matilda or something, like just soaking up information and books and wanting to learn more. And do you remember how badly Matilda wanted to go to school? If you haven't seen the movie, it's one I grew up with. I absolutely loved it. But Matilda had very special powers, and just so badly wanted to go to school and be with the other children and learn. And, that's what this is reminding me of. So I don't know what this represents for you. It could be something specific, or it could just be the general vibe of the month. You're just wanting to learn, and you've got that kind of like eager back to school sort of vibe for you in the month ahead. But I do think that there could be topics around spirituality that you're wanting to learn more, and really feel connected to your higher power within yourself too. So again, if that means more so like going off on your own to explore your own way of doing things, or maybe you are craving like friendship and community in a certain way that connects to spirituality. Okay, so take it how it fits. I mean, it's such a personal, individual thing, but overall, the overarching theme I'm getting for you in September is just craving information. Like you are just wanting to absorb information and learn more, and you've got big questions and you're getting answers. That's the thing, because you're seeking out the answer. So that's really good. So, these readings don't always have to be like life-changing things. This could just be like a hobby or a business or something that you you know what, this is the month. I want to learn. I just want to learn. You might even be going to buy yourself some back to school supplies, like new notebooks and pencils and things to kind of get you in that energy. There could be a month too where you're like, maybe you get a library card, or you start reading different topics or trying out different books. I think you're more into, if based on what I'm seeing and the feeling is correct, maybe a little bit more like nonfiction in the month, and really trying to like, oh, some of you are actually interested in writing a book too. But yeah, I think you're there's more so like a how-to kind of vibe that I'm getting from this. Okay, how do I do this? Like practical kind of books and articles and courses, things like that. So that's the first thing that really jumped out to me. So that's one of the themes of the month. Let's kind of go card by card here with the tea leaf cards. So you got the stork. So in September, you could get news of a birth or a new business opportunity. So this could be your business opportunity. This could be why you're like really trying to look into this and learn more about it. You could even be joining, like, I know local to me, there's like a community of people that get together and like discuss their businesses, and they work together, even if they're not one business. Like, it's like a shared workspace. I don't even know what the name of it is, but it's a shared workspace where literally, like, if you're self-employed, you can go and just work together as a group, right? You might be craving that right now. But whatever this is, in September, there's news of something new. This could be a new idea too, because you have such strong Page of Swords energy. This could absolutely be a really brilliant idea that you just know is special, and you know it's worth exploring more. And it's just the beginning, okay? It's just the start of something, but you just know it's worth diving into. So news of a birth, and this could also be a literal birth too. So this could be a little bit of a clue that there could be a pregnancy announcement, or if someone in your life is expecting, or if you're expecting, September, that could be what's happening in September. And you also have the scales card. For the month ahead, you're being encouraged to keep your life in balance. And I think that this might have to do with this 10 of Wands in reverse. Now, if you know me, I don't always take reversals, unless when I take it out, I know it's a reversal. Like, it's hard to describe the feeling that I get, but the 10 of Wands, I think I'm getting a couple things from that. I'm trying not to forget it all, but I think you're choosing in September to not overload your schedule or your to-do list, or just kind of not take so much on. You're really wanting to try and eliminate some of what you have on your plate, or just not overburden yourself or overwhelm yourself, which I think is honestly a solid choice. So you're trying to keep your life in balance. This could be a lot of different things, but it is coming up as a theme for your month. So this could be like maybe work-life balance. This could be something specific in your life that you're trying to balance out. The key with this is it's an ongoing thing. I've learned this because, like, I feel like there's been times where I'm like, oh, I just got this into balance. Things are always shifting, right? So things are like, it's a constant battle to keep things in balance. And I don't think we ever strike the perfect balance all of the time. So that's okay too. But I think this is just saying, like, where you can, or where you're craving more balance. Like, if okay, I've been working nonstop, or, I haven't had any time with family, for instance. This could be the month where you're like, okay, I want to try and schedule in more fun things or time with family, just as one example. So that's coming up as a theme. The other thing we have is broom. So new home, new attitude. Some of you are moving. And if it's not that, what I was actually getting is more so with be here now. Some of you maybe want to move, or some of you maybe even like, I don't know, like there's this thing, I just watched this, I've been watching actually content in general about real life, and how when we're online, like watching influencers and watching people's lives and like what people portray online, it's really easy to kind of compare what you have, right? Like your furniture, or if your home's not decorated like you see online, or all the different trends that you're trying to keep up with. I think it's easy to kind of fall into like, oh, well, my home doesn't look like this, or I still have to fix this in my home, and I have to paint my baseboards, and this door is falling off its hinges, or like, I don't know, all these different things, or like, oh, my bedspread doesn't match my wallpaper. Like, it's a very kind of small example, but it's real, because you've got new home, new attitude. So I think it could just be like a new attitude about your home and what you have, and just being happy with where you are right now. And really appreciating what you have. But some of you are moving, and this could also be changes that you're making to your home. Maybe you are rearranging or redecorating or doing something. But I think I was just very drawn to the new attitude. So having a new attitude about your home. Some of you are doing like a deep clean. Group 1 had a little bit about a declutter. So maybe that's something you're doing too with the broom. So there could be like just some changes happening to your home, to your space, to your bedroom even, that really kind of freshen up the energy. But some of you are actually moving, okay? Obviously that won't apply to everyone, but some of you could be literally moving in the month of September. I have a song for you, and I've recommended it before. It's called Be Here Now. It's one of the most like calming songs. Like I love it so much. I'm going to link it below. Definitely listen to it, because it's by, I think it's pronounced Ray LaMontagne, and it's just such a beautiful song. Like it almost puts me in like a meditative state when I listen to it. That also might be something you're looking into, is yoga, meditation, or something like that, or even like Pilates or something, like even like physical. This could be something physical or like meditative. Like yeah, yoga or meditation's for sure coming up. But you're feeling very present in the month of September. You've got Be Here Now with Hummingbird Spirit. I actually want to read this one to you because I think it might resonate for you. Let me find the book. Here it is. Okay, 34. All right, so it says, the hummingbird's wings beat so swiftly it can hover in seeming stillness as it drinks deeply from a flower. Hummingbird spirit comes to remind you that the beauty and sweetness of life is in the eternal now, the time less present. Here and now you are becoming the person you wish to be, to have the experiences you wish to have. Focus your energy on the flower before you. Oh, I like that with what I was talking about at the home. For what you desire is being provided. Yes, there are blossoms everywhere. The choices can be dazzling. Hummingbird spirit message is that you have no need to go about in search of something better, for all that you require and desire is before you. Wow. So yeah, there's like a feeling of being very present in September and just like being where you are and using what you have and enjoying where you are in this moment. You're not in search of anything better in September. Like you're definitely curious, you're wanting to learn more. That's very apparent. But as far as like what you have and where you are, you're very happy and satisfied with where you are in September. It says you will know this as you become still, feeling your connection to spirit who loves you unconditionally and will always provide for you. So much mention of like, you've got higher power, the Hierophant, your connection to spirit. You're absolutely feeling more in tune spiritually and more connected to your higher power. And I think this is bringing a lot of comfort. I'm getting you're less tied to like, again, like keeping up with people. Like you're letting go of these expectations of that we sometimes put on ourselves. But yeah, like keeping up, even on the topic of decluttering, like I was talking about, of like stuff, like collecting stuff, you're not as attached to it, right? Like collectively there might be just this energy of like letting go. The things that we buy, it's like, oh, well, this is trending or this is popular. It's like you don't so much seem to care about that. And I like how it said you're not searching for something newer or better. You're just happy with where you are. And that's why I think I was attracted to this new attitude thing. So maybe around your home, like maybe you're looking at your home or what you have a little bit differently. You're not comparing so much. I think that your month could be very sort of simple in the sense of like you're enjoying little simple pleasures. You're really like soaking in the moments in September. So I think it could actually be a very happy, comforting month for you, but it's less about stuff. It's less about keeping up. And I think that's where I was getting with like the Hierophant. Sometimes it's not, sometimes we don't really want to follow the crowd. It's like, okay, I want to do this my own way. And I think you're doing that in a certain way in September. You could be also trying to balance finances as well, and maybe even look into different budgets or like learning about finances. Keep your life in balance could also be financially as well. And because you have the scales, like with the 10 of Wands as well, this could represent like some sort of responsibility or burden that you've been experiencing is starting to kind of lighten up, okay, or lessen, or like, yeah, some sort of responsibility that you've had is kind of cleared out of the way, or like just the overwhelming, like something that's been overwhelming. So in September, you're feeling that lightness or just less pressure with something. So that could be also providing like this feeling of balance. If you are exploring a new business opportunity, I would definitely ask people who are in business. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, ask those people that like have experience or are established in their business. Okay, so that just came through, so it must be for someone, because you're going to get a lot of different information. I think it's best to like ask the people who like are well educated on this topic or have, and I don't know who this is exactly, but like mentors or people that really know what they're talking about, okay? Because you're going to see, especially online, like there's all sorts of advice in business, and like it's really important that you like trust the source you're going to if you are looking into business, okay? So that just came through, so it must be relevant to someone. And one more thing before I get to the oak tree, because I want to get into that card before we get to our week by week forecast, but I think some of you could be starting to maybe get into like a daily spiritual practice. I don't know exactly what it is. It could be many different things. Like maybe it's journaling, maybe it's like working with your tarot cards or like reading. I don't know, lots of examples, but some of you are going to be sort of starting a new spiritual daily practice that you really want to kind of stick to and stay dedicated with. It's interesting too, before I get to that, I just noticed lightness. So yeah, there's something like lightening up in your life. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed, or if there's just been a lot of responsibility or burdens on you, this should be lightening up in September. So that alone might just be good news for you, okay? There's sort of a feeling of like, okay, that's off my plate now. I can kind of focus on these other things. And then lastly, you've got the oak tree. So this acorn is making me think of an idea, okay? So I really think that there is an idea in September coming in that's really well worth exploring, group 2. So look into it more. Like there's so much potential. This has so much potential, whatever this idea is, or this, you know, I think sometimes we can get ideas, right? Or like, oh, that might be interesting. And then we forget about it, right? Or it's like, oh yeah, one day. No, this is the month, like seek out this information. Curiosity is a type of magic, and this could lead to like lots of different things. For some of you, it's a business opportunity, but in general, it could be lots of different things. It could be just something that ends up being very important to you in life, but there's an idea really worth exploring, okay? Because there's lots of potential for growth. I'm just noticing that with the acorn. Got the acorn here too. Okay, group 2, I wanted to quickly read this to you, and then we'll get your week by week look. Okay, so it says, the mighty oak begins as a tiny acorn. It is reassuring to know that something so immense and strong started out as something you can hold between 2 fingers. That is so cool. Not only does it remind us that small things can yield huge results, it also reminds us that growing takes time. I like that with be here now. Like, be where you are in this process. I think maybe you're like comparing where other people are, or you're kind of wishing you were way further along, but just be in the process now. Growing takes time. Rapid growth uses energy to reach a goal quickly. Slow growth uses energy to ensure stable, strong development. Yeah, there's something about education I'm getting from this too, like strong foundations with something. But yeah, it says the oak tree card urges you to be brave and stand tall. The reflection for this card is there something you've been avoiding because of the fear of confrontation? Now, here's this. I noticed the lightning bolts. There could be, I guess, just addressing something is coming up. There could be some communication or some information or something getting addressed or discussed. And you're being encouraged to be strong in your communication and confident with what you have to say. I'm getting that this is a good thing. It's a good thing that this is getting illuminated or discussed. And I think it's going to lighten the energy and diffuse the situation. The air might get cleared on something, or someone might try to reach out to you with a message, and this should clear things up, okay? So let me know at the end of the month if that ends up happening. I'll be curious if that does resonate. Now let's get you your weekly cards and your charms. Get you a tarot card for each week. All right, week 1, you've got the Sun. Week 2, the Hanged Man. Week 3, you've got the 4 of Pentacles. And week 4, you've got the Chariot. Okay, let's get a few charms. Okay, that's way more charms than I intended to get, but that's okay. All right, so yeah, some of you are wanting to balance your spending or take a closer look at spending with balance with the scales. Because you've got the lobster, which can be financial pinch. You've got the piggy bank. You've got the magnifying glass. So I'm taking a closer look at your finances throughout the month. You also have 4 of Pentacles too. So some of you, for balance, it might be like, okay, I've been spending nonstop. I didn't realize. It could be like taking a close look at your bank statements, which is uncomfortable but necessary sometimes. Or maybe just looking at areas where, okay, you know what, I can kind of cut back here because I've been spending too much on this one thing, right? I'm not telling you how to spend your money, but it's just coming up. So I wanted to mention that. Okay, so in the first week, you've got the sun, you've got the sign of Aries, you've got the little, this is like the bucket of milk, and you've got the 4-leaf clover. So I love that you have the sun starting off your month, okay? The sun is a very happy card. It's also a card of harmony, celebration, positivity, and optimism. So I think that, yeah, there's a general feeling of like optimism going into the month, or luck. You've got the 4-leaf clover with it. There's something, because this is reminding me of the expression, don't cry over spilt milk. So there's something that maybe you're deciding to look at the bright side of a certain situation, or your perspective has maybe shifted in regards to something that initially was disappointing, but you're choosing to look at it a little bit differently, which I realize we can't do with lots of situations, but sometimes we can. So there's something you're choosing to look at it from a different perspective, or not let it kind of get you down too much, because this is like not crying over spilt milk or putting something in perspective. And the sun card is so overwhelmingly positive that's what that's making me think of. There also may be a situation in the first week that you're choosing to get out of. By the way, if you like week by week looks, because we go into every single day, those are the really detailed readings. Definitely subscribe, because every single week I look at the week ahead. We get cards for the next 7 days as well as charms, and we get to like really specific things. So there could be a situation you're also choosing to get out of in the first week. You've got Capricorn energy here. You've got the teddy bear and the hanged man. So I was getting something about, again, a different perspective. This also too could represent like new insight or knowledge or epiphanies, or getting revelations. It could be that you're choosing to take a time out from something in the second week as well. And I think it's honestly more so about perspectives and insight. What's interesting about the hanged man being there is I was getting like feeling less materialistic. So I'm getting that as well in the second week. You could be just feeling generally less like, I don't know, there's a feeling of like letting go in general. And I actually like that with Be Here Now, because and even actually the 10 of Wands reversed, there's something about letting go of something you can't control. And with Be Here Now, it's like maybe you've been trying to like control too much about what's going to happen with this situation. What does this person think? And how can I keep up with this? It's like you're letting go of something and just releasing control of something. So it's releasing some sort of burden or pressure on yourself. So I love that for you. On the topic of like spending, again, I'm not trying to like, 'cause I need to hear this advice too, but there is sometimes a feeling of like sacrifice or going without. So it could also be a month or a week, sorry, where you're like, okay, you know what, I'm not going to buy that this week, okay, because I'd rather save for this other thing in the future or something like that. That just came in, so I felt like letting you know. You've got the little teddy bear. This can be a friend or comfort. This could be connected to the stork card, okay, because you did have news of a birth or new business opportunity. So like any of these charms could be really personal to you. This could literally represent like a baby shower. It could be just letting you know that like this is the week someone's being born or something like that. It could be represent a gift, but generally to me it's a feeling of comfort or friendship. So there could be even a friend too in the second week. That could be like, you know how I was getting something is getting kind of clarified, or the air is getting cleared. That could also be what it is. Like you could kind of have a bit of a perspective shift about a situation based on new information or some sort of revelation. In the third week, you've got the bicycle, you've got the 4 of Pentacles, you've got the bobbin. This was kind of in the middle of the magnifying glass. But yeah, again, four of Pentacles, part of security, but again, like with everything I'm getting, it's like, I think because this can have like a connection to like your possessions or feeling possessive of something, This could be kind of what you're taking a close look at, but it also is just a card of like making, I think, responsible financial decisions as well. Sometimes we're like being encouraged to like save more, you know, which is, we've been getting a little bit today, so definitely a theme for somebody. It can be like a little bit of like a suspicious card sometimes too, I find. Let me just see what I'm getting from this. I'm getting more so like not letting your possessions define you was coming up strongly, but it could just mean making like a very responsible or prudent financial choice. You've got the bobbin, which can represent like something happening behind the scenes. It also reminds me of the wheel. You've got wheels here too, so lots of like wheel energy in the third week, sorry. Lots of wheels, like the bicycle wheels, the wheels of the chariot, and then you've got the school bus wheels. So I'm just noticing lots of wheels suddenly. Maybe some big changes in the last half of the month. Honestly, the more I stare at this, the more I think it's just like kind of echoing what we were getting about like material possessions, like maybe releasing some things that we've been holding on to, thinking about why we hold on to certain things and what we really value. I think that's really what this is talking about. Something about a bicycle in the third week could be relevant. Maybe you're going for a bike ride, but to me, this is just about persistence, pushing through. And I'm just really noticing the wheels. I'm getting some sort of change in the third week, or like shift, some sort of fluctuation. And with the scales, usually the Four of Pentacles has some sort of connection to balance. Okay, or it's just calling your attention to what needs to be balanced out. Okay, and then in the fourth week, you've got the Chariot card, you've got the school bus, and you've got the little leg. So definitely like, it's reminding me of like first day of school, because this can represent stepping into a new experience. You've got the school bus. I was kind of feeling that earlier with the pencil and just the Page of Swords. So definitely like maybe some sort of new experience in the fourth week, or this is a week where you're really diving into learning more with the school bus education. I love that we got that in the September reading. And then the Chariot is a card of, I'm getting like just personal drive, or the desire to make improvements. It could also just represent movement or progress being made, possibly with something that you're undertaking. And I think, I'm trying to look at your keywords here. 1 second. Your keyword, where was that card? Power, yeah, courage. That's the Chariot. Courage, strength, power. I love that. Courage specifically. So yeah, you're doing something courageous, or yeah, stepping into a new experience could be requiring some courage. And also I think just getting out of your comfort zone in general is a bit of a theme in the month. So you could just be finding you're a little bit out of your comfort zone or your usual routines a little bit, learning something new, or like seeking out new things in life can feel that way though. Yeah, very interesting. Let's get you some letters, group 2. I'm not going to spend too much time on the letters because this is already going to be fairly long, but let me know what you get from this, what you feel from today's reading, if it resonates, if it makes sense. I'll flip them upright and then I'll get my hands out of the way. A couple more. That's a W and an X. Say, with the message of like clearing the air, it could be important to say something to someone. Like something could get cleared up is what I'm getting. Do we even have, we might even have say something. I don't think, to have the Page of Swords twice, like communication is not something to be shy with in the month ahead. Like don't be afraid of asking silly questions. Like just say what you need to say, ask what you need to ask. we have an H? No, I don't think so. Damn, I hate when that happens. I'm like, yeah, I've got this whole phrase, and then I realize we don't have all the letters, but anyways, yeah, say popped in. We've got the word want, believe, I believe. I see brie. I see... Oh, I did it again. Oh, no, we do. Yay. Yes. Decide. Yeah, everything I go to spell needs an H. We don't have it. Watch while I'm editing, I'll see an H. Yeah, like, we have so much about learning. Do we have an N? Okay, well, I keep trying to spell words that we don't have the letters for, so I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you so much, Group 2. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you have a great September. It seems yours is really interesting. I'll be curious to know if it resonates. Come back at the end of the month and let me know, and we'll see you next time. Hello, Group 3. If you chose the Cozy Witch, it says, take a chance for each morning is a new beginning. Then this is your messages for the month of September 2025. You also chose the little potion bottle. So let's see, Group 3, what is in store for you for the month of September. I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes up for you. First, we'll get your tarot first, and we'll get your oracle cards. And this is just going to talk about anything that kind of stands out in the month as a theme, I guess the main focus of the month. And then we'll get you your week by week forecast, where we use the charms as well as the tarot cards. And yeah, then we'll finish off with letters. So let's dive in, get comfy. Today's going a little longer than I thought. The other groups were a little longer, so we're just getting lots of detail today, which is good. Okay, Group 3, what is going on in September? Let's see. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, Group 3, September. Got the 9 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Group 3. And the 8 of Pentacles. All right, so definitely a focus on the Pentacles energy for the month of September. So let's see what else we get. Oh, just want to pop off the top there. Lemongrass, growth, psychic ability, expanding horizons. I'm going to take that just because the way it shot out of the deck there, it just felt kind of relevant. Let's get you, we've got a couple more decks. Group 3. What is happening in September for Group 3? I'm not doing a very good job shuffling today. All right, Group 3. What's going on in September for Group 3? Group 3. Mint. Abundance. Wow. I don't know, Group 3, you've got like a pretty abundant group. To have the 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and then a card that says abundance, persistence, and proliferation. Mint. Got a little, I don't know what kind of fish that is. Is it a salmon? We'll probably read this one. I love this deck. Okay, so let's put that there. Okay, and let's get, you've got 2 more decks, and then we'll dive in. Group 3. Happening in September, Group 3. Trust in divine detours. Okay, and let's get you Okay, we have a bunch of cards popping out. You've got love being brought up. Okay, so you've got quill. So get back to basics. Okay, gotta get one more. Group 3. What's going on for group 3 in September? Group 3. Changes in your life. Yeah. Okay, so let me just get these organized. Make sure you can see everything. Hope you like my fall leaves that I put out. I already started decorating for Halloween. I don't even care. You know what? It makes me happy. And plus I want to share all of the Halloween and fall decor with you. So it's better that I get it going early. I'm not done, but I've started. Okay, group 3. If I said the wrong group at any point, please forgive me. Okay. Well, here's what I want to say. Group 3, I think that you're definitely making the most of something. So here's the thing. I think something, you were redirected. So Trust in Divine Detours talks about like something did not go according to plan, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? Sometimes like we're redirected away from things that aren't meant for us, or just because it wasn't necessarily the way we thought it would go, or even the destination, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. Now you've got so much Pentacles energy. You also have love here, so we'll see what's going on with that. But yeah, you've got abundance, you've got 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. So one of the things I'm seeing, you don't really have a lot of, I always like to address the challenging cards first. You don't really have much here other than maybe just all this energy of like, just changes maybe that you haven't expected, okay, or you didn't expect. And I think these changes, I think you had to start over is my feeling, or like there's a feeling of having to start over, but there's lots of potential there. Now this could be in love, this could be just in life in general, but I love that with get back to basics. It's like getting back to what works with something, starting over. And I like how it says Trust in Divine Detours and you've got expanding horizons. So like maybe there was something that you had been doing the same way, you always went that way, and suddenly you couldn't, or something happened, or you were redirected, and this is actually expanding your horizons. It's opening up your world. Let's read the Mint card. I'm kind of curious to see what it says. Where's that book? Is that up here? Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's read that and see. Just kind of jump us off into the reading. Okay, so the Mint card speaks of deep roots, firm grounding, and refusal to give in. The tenacity of Mint herb can be the despair of many a gardener, but its abundance can also be an encouraging omen. Life's obstacles can be frustrating, but Mint reminds you that stubbornness can get you through. Okay, so here's the thing. I love this. I love this with Trust in Divine Detours. So it talked about obstacles, and that's what this card is about. Like, and it's you're kind of, you're not letting it get you down. You're almost kind of seeing the humor in it, honestly, is what's coming through. You're kind of seeing the humor in it because you just refuse to give up with whatever this is. Like this stubbornness is really getting you through. It says, consider your current situation. Someone may be trying to uproot you or remove you from something you're passionate about. Don't let them. Make your own decisions and don't let someone else steal your agency. Dig in and be strong. Stubborn isn't necessarily a negative trait. And it says for the reflection, are there unfair limitations being imposed on you by someone or something? So yeah, you're not letting that get you down though. I love this. I like how it said life's obstacles can be frustrating, but Mint reminds you that stubbornness can get you through. So yeah, I was getting, you're seeing the humor in it a little bit, and you're actually letting, in an interesting way, you're letting like obstacles and challenges actually lead to more growth, and it's expanding your horizons. So where, you know, in one situation you could have been like, okay, never mind, I'm not pursuing this goal, or like, you know what, why bother? You're actually using it to your advantage. You're very clever in September. I like how it said, like, if there's someone trying to like stand in your way, essentially, you're just not letting that happen. Okay, so you're not easily pushed around. This month, consider your current situation. Someone may be trying to uproot you or remove you from something you're passionate about. Don't let them. Make your own decisions and don't let someone else steal your agency. Dig in and be strong. Stubborn isn't necessarily a negative trait. Yeah. So in the month of September, if someone's trying to like, you know, get in the way of what you're trying to accomplish, it's just a matter of like, you just don't let them. Don't let them discourage you. Don't let them boss you around, like whoever this is, okay? It could just be certain things that happen too that just make you feel like, okay, I feel like I keep hitting these obstacles, but I'm not letting it stop me. And because you have all of these messages about like success, it's almost like you're getting your taste of success after what at the time you perceived as a failure or destruction, because this is number 16, so it's correlated with the or at least in my mind, I'm connecting it to the Tower card. So when something kind of fell apart, you've rebuilt. Okay, you've rebuilt something. It's almost like a phoenix moment, honestly. And what I like about this is you're getting the chance in September to prove somebody wrong, okay, or prove even yourself wrong at one point in your life. Like you're succeeding despite something that didn't go according to plan. In some cases, rejection might have been protection. Okay, so I do think that you could have been like steered away from something that could have been potentially a problem for you, or just something that wasn't meant for you. And I think that's why you were put on this detour, okay, or this new path. So it's asking you to trust in this, because look at what you have here, group 3. Like, I can't get over this. So abundance, persistence, like your hard work, your focus, your determination is truly being rewarded in the month of September. What I'm getting to tell you though, now whether this is good to hear or not, but the work isn't done yet, okay? Because it's interesting, you've got 10, 9, and then 8. So look at that. It goes from 10, 9 to 8. So it's almost like with Get Back to Basics, you've experienced some success. Now is the time to harvest this success though, okay? That's what the 9 of Pentacles is kind of about. Like you've reached the success, because it's going backwards, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I just think you're getting back to basics. So for you, it might be time, September, to kind of like, okay, let's re-strategize. Let's figure this out. Basically what I'm getting is there could be the need or the requirement to change plans or redirect your focus. You're going to be able to do that though, okay? Things will be a success for you, okay? Here's what I'm getting is like you're going to experience a feeling of like satisfied, job well done, stability, security, abundance. You've got the word abundance, but it's like, okay, no, it's not time to relax yet though. So I don't know exactly why you're feeling that. It could just be because, okay, I've experienced this success. Now let's kind of go back to what got me this success and repeat. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely, okay, someone just texted, okay, good to know. Like it was in my work text. Someone said good to know. So there could be something, a message coming in, and you're like, your reaction to it is, okay, that's good to know. But yeah, with Get Back to Basics, you are going to kind of like, yeah, I'm getting repeat something that works. Like you found a formula, or you found something like, okay, when I do this, I know that this works. So whether or not this has happened yet, this could be literally the story being told in September. Like you experience some prosperity or abundance or great success and stability with something, and then you're like, okay, this isn't going to be the time to necessarily like kick my feet up and relax. Now I need to keep doing what works. I've figured out the formula. Let's repeat this. Okay. And then yeah, like expanding your horizons. This is going to be a time, September, for you for a lot of getting professional growth. Possibly we'll get to this, growth in relationships. I actually might get more cards to do with this, but this could also represent just loving what you do, which I think the 8 of Pentacles absolutely does, right? Just enjoying the work. To me, this is the whistle while you work card. And, you're seeing progress. this is the card to me where like, okay, I'm getting really good at this, you know? And what I like about your cards is I'm sensing humor there. Like you're able to kind of like laugh at your mistakes and work through them. And when things happen, it's not throwing you off to the point of like defeat. It's like, okay, no, I want to learn from this. And this is going to really be a positive thing for you. Okay. Now, group 3, get back to basics. There could be lots of things in your life in September that you're just wanting to simplify or just keep simple. I don't think this is a month to overcomplicate things. This isn't going to be the month to like reinvent the wheel, so to speak, right? Like you have found something that works, so let's just stick with that. Or it's encouraging you to get back to basics. I don't sense that you're the type of person who, like when you succeed at something, you have a hard time actually enjoying it, okay, or recognizing it. So I will say, okay, that's something to pay attention to. You might have a hard time pausing to enjoy your success. Like you might be the type that like is always having to keep striving for something or work for something, and that just could be how you work. You like to have something to work towards and create, and you're always expanding on your skills and knowledge and trying to like level up and improve, which I think is not a bad thing. Okay. There's also something coming through of like the success that you've already experienced or the success that you will experience in September is opening up new doors for you, but it's also shutting other doors too. Okay. I'm getting like, there's definite indication of changes happening in your life, possibly even to do with relationships. We did get indication that there's somebody or something that's been trying to stand in your way. It was with this card. So you're just not letting them, okay? And if anyone has said something or done something that you view as trying to sabotage your success, just know that it's not, they're not succeeding, okay? It's just, if anything, it's giving you the drive to move forward. It actually might be fueling you, group 3, which is funny to say because some people might kind of take someone trying to sabotage or something trying to sabotage. Doesn't have to be someone against you, just to be clear. But some people might take, okay, well, this must be a sign from the universe that I'm not supposed to succeed, or this might be a sign that I'm not supposed to work on this, or I'm not meant to do this. No, you're like, oh no, I'm just using this. I'm using this to grow. With the growth cards, I'm just using this to grow. Just push me forward all the more. So I think new doors are opening for you. New professional opportunities could open for you as well. And here's the thing, group 3, I just think you're seeing what you're made of I almost said group 3, in the month of September. You're really seeing what you can do, like what you're made out of. It's really quite motivating because you chose the Fool card. Okay, so definitely a fresh start feeling. You've got get back to basics. This could be in other areas of your life too. There's certain things you might just be wanting to simplify in your life or just keep things really easy. Okay. If something in your life has gotten too complicated, or you're just kind of like, I always think of the phrase no frills. Like your schedule in September, I don't think is going to be overly complicated. Like what you choose to take on, any projects you take on, you're just keeping them simple. You know, you're not overcomplicating anything unnecessarily. I want to read to you lemongrass, and then I want to get a bit of clarification for love. I think that this might just represent that you feel a lot of love for the people in your life. I'm seeing you feeling a sense of loyalty to your friends as well. Like I'm picking up on that. I'm just noticing too the butterfly there with changes in your life. Yeah, you're experiencing changes in your career or financially, or something's going on. The tree too is making me think of family. Could be something about family inheritance coming through for some of you in September. That won't resonate for everyone, but that just came through. But definitely a month where like the highlight is changes in your career, but for the better, positive changes. Those of you that are self-employed, you're being encouraged to get back to what worked initially. I just keep getting this message coming through. Okay, I want to read this to you. 1 second. Group 3, it says wrong one. Lemongrass is always greener on the other side. While lemongrass may look like regular grass in the wild, it's actually a healing herb with mild lemon taste to keep you on your toes. That's this. Like, I feel like whatever the situation is definitely has been keeping you on your toes. If you're feeling a little stuck, it may be time to move on to something else. I think that's why this happened. Like, I think there was something you were just stuck with or you refused to kind of like address or change, knowingly or unknowingly. So being that it's like 16, so I'm thinking of the tower, it's just like the universe was like, let's just shake things up for them. And I know it wasn't part of the plan, but you're trusting this redirection. It says this isn't a sign to pack up your life completely, but to expand your horizons in different ways. This is a time of growth. Whether you're growing up, expanding your ability, that's what I think it is, or trying to grow your career, which is happening, trust that you're moving in the right direction. So yeah, this detour, I love how this talks about direction with this. Keywords, protection, which is funny because I was thinking of rejection is protection for some reason. Cleansing, healing, moving on, the big feelings. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I really do feel like this detour or this thing that happened that you hadn't planned on, you hadn't bargained for, is actually opening up a lot more possibility for you. It's expanding you career-wise. It's expanding you even possibly relationship-wise. Let's get a bit of clarification as to what's going on with this love card, because I feel like there's more to it. I think that you're definitely enjoying what you're doing, and, you know, there could be something that you just love to do, but I think there's more to it than this. Let's just see. There could be relationship changes happening. Let's see. Could have been maybe a relationship that didn't work out, okay? That you had hoped it would. It didn't work out. Let's see what's going on though. Group 3. What's going on with this love card? What else is happening in love? I'd love to do a love reading for September. I used to do monthly love readings as well as the monthly just general reading, so I'd love to get back to that one day. Okay, Page of Wands flipped out. Group 3, what's happening in love? Honestly, I think I already know the answer, but we'll get one more. 2 of Cups. Okay, we'll get one more actually. Group 3, King of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Oh my. And the sun on the bottom. Holy smokes. Okay. Okay, so what's going on in love? We'll just do kind of a quick little... I really would love to do a love reading. Okay. Okay, so Page of Pentacles being the first card with Expand Horizons. Like, some of you are maybe just starting to... Yeah, 2 of Wands too. Page of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 2 of Cups. Okay, I'm getting a connection. This could be with this King of Pentacles. This could just represent stability, though, or generosity in a connection. But what I'm seeing is a new connection potentially, or getting to know someone new, or just exploring your options possibly, okay? Like, you could be going on more dates in September. Like, maybe a connection that, again, you had like really high hopes for, or maybe you were in a relationship and it ended kind of unexpectedly. Not that you're necessarily diving right back into dating, if that's the case, but you could be exploring dating or exploring your options in the month of September. For some of you, if that doesn't apply, this could just be like a fun, new, exciting chapter in love, where the 2 of you are kind of like talking about what you want in the future and maybe planning ahead and like just discussing these things and really kind of bonding over the future specifically, okay? Because the 2 of Wands can have to do with planning and looking ahead. So it could just be like even just discovering what you like visualize in the future with someone specifically. But I'm kind of getting just in general, there's a theme of like exploring options in dating or exploring a new and exciting connection. I am seeing one that's a potential match, and possibly again with this King of Pentacles. Some of you, wow, okay. Some of you, this change in your life might actually be like having the 10 of Pentacles. Like, maybe some of you are starting to plan ahead for the future, like in more of a concrete way. There could be like engagements. Typically, I always think of this as like early connection, but it could be things like proposals, engagements, weddings, even possibly some of you are like moving in with somebody. Or a relationship could just be kind of progressing in that direction. But I love this for clarification because the Two of Wands is just letting me know there's a mutual spark, there's a mutual connection, and it's also just emotionally fulfilling as well. So it's like the electricity, the spark is there with the Two of Wands, but also that emotional connection and the reciprocity. So it's very like it's balanced and it's a mutual connection. Okay, there's very much like give and take. Could be some flirty messages. If none of that applies, it could just represent that there's some flirty messages coming through. And you're kind of just like in a very fantasy sort of state with someone kind of imagining your future and seeing, okay, could this go somewhere? Like, could this be someone that I, connect with and end up being with? Could be exciting travel plans. And maybe even your partner doing something very generous for you that you're kind of like looking forward to in the future. But I'm getting possible travel plans as well. If you are in a relationship, your partner could do something kind of that surprises you and just makes you feel very, taken care of, and just like they're doing something very generous for you. I just want you to know that these changes in your life, like I really do think that it's a good thing, although it didn't feel that way at the time, or these changes could be leading to expanded horizons. And you don't need to give up on your goals just because, it didn't go according to plan. Like I'm getting clearly group 3, you're two, you actually view this as a bit of like, okay, I'll show them, or, no, I'm going to figure this out regardless. You're just stubborn. So that's a good thing in this case. I think like, you're not letting anything get in the way of what you're trying to build or create. The definite changes in career or with finances is coming through today. Or this could represent just financial or career growth, okay? But yeah, let's get your week by week look with the tarot and the charms. And if you really like the weekly readings, then stay tuned, subscribe, because every single week I do a weekly in-depth reading where we look literally at every single day. We get you charms and tarot for every day. So let's get you your tarot for each week. Group 3. What's going on for group 3? Actually, I'm getting the sense that you actually work well under pressure. And you like to prove others and yourself wrong sometimes. Like I keep getting the phrase like your comeback. Like this is your comeback. I had to cough. Okay, group 3, week 1. There's that Page of Wands again. The Fool, that's the card you chose. Love that. So definitely fresh starts. 2 of Wands, we saw that one again. And then week 4, you've got the 9 of Swords. Okay, so let's see what the charms have to add. Okay, this is too strange. I shuffled good and I shuffled really well after the other group too. And each group has gotten the school bus, which I think is kind of interesting just with the September back to school kind of vibes. But I don't know, I love that. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, here's the thing. So you've got the funnel in the first week, okay, which can indicate frustration, and you've got the lighthouse. So the lighthouse has to do with direction, in some cases redirection, right? And the lighthouse steers us away from places that might be dangerous. It's there to keep us safe, right? So with trust and divine detours, I think that like things didn't happen according to plan, or you got redirected and this caused some frustration. But again, with Expand Your Horizons, Page of Wands, this has led you down a completely new path, and there's so much more to discover. So whether this be in a relationship, maybe just the general feeling lately, things changed in such an unexpected way, and this is not how I thought things were going to work out, but it doesn't mean you won't succeed. Like, there's more than one path to your success is what I'm getting to tell you. All right, so Page of Wands, this could be lots of different things. This, again, could be just a new adventure, which I definitely feel like with the Fool card that you chose, you got the Fool card for the second week. So definitely a feeling of new adventure, being up for this new chapter, being excited and enthusiastic, looking forward to what's ahead. Group 3, I'm picking up that you've got a really great sense of humor. It's come in a few times, and I'm seeing that in the first couple of weeks. There's a feeling of like, you know what, I know this is going to work out. Like, all I can do is laugh at this, so I'm just trusting. I'm just trusting, and it's kind of in the first 2 weeks, I'm seeing this actual beautiful sense of like innocence, or I think the word's naivete, but I don't mean that in like a negative way. I'm not saying you're naive. It's more so just like, okay, no, I know this is. I know this is going to work out. I know that there's more out there for me. I'm trusting the changes that are happening. Even though there's like still so many unknowns, I'm trusting the changes that are happening. Yeah. Because I think you know that these changes that have happened are expanding your horizons. Like, you just have this trust or this faith in yourself, the faith in the universe, faith in being redirected. This could also, again, indicate like exciting messages. The pages can often be the messengers, so there could be something like exciting news in the first week. Let's move on to the second week. You've got Sagittarius. You've got the horse jumping over the hurdle, which is a really great indication of problem solving. You've got the birthday candle, the cutlery and plate. You've got the little hot air balloon. I think I said Sagittarius. Yeah, and the hammer. Okay, so the hammer is persistence, which you have with your mint card. So yeah, persistence, it's also building, okay? So there could be something you're building or trying to create or just work persistently or very focused on. A Sagittarius could kind of be like main character energy. And you also have an important birthday or event or something like that. I'm seeing like a fancy dinner or a birthday. There could be something you're invited to with friends, or an anniversary or something like that. The hot air balloon is a couple of different things. It can have to do with perspective. It can also have to do with fun. And that's the thing. Group 3 is I'm seeing you having a lot of fun. Like, you're working hard, you're very focused, but you're having fun throughout the month. And I keep getting that, again, that sense of humor, that lightness in your energy. And you're solving problems too. Like, you're almost kind of solving problems kind of effortlessly. Or, I don't know, the universe is definitely working alongside you in the month of September for sure. But you've got the Fool card energy. That's the card you chose. I love that it says take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. So you're looking at every day as a new beginning. And the second week is bringing with it that fresh start feeling. Maybe you're feeling like a nice sense of spontaneity, or just a feeling, again, of optimism, right? That's what I keep getting from your cards is a sense of optimism. Even in your your 10 of Pentacles, you have sunflowers, which are a symbol of optimism. So much optimism in the month. You've got the butterfly there, and you had the butterfly here, same, almost looks identical. So yeah, the third week, you've got a 2 as well. This could be highlighting the second of the month, 2 o'clock, but I mean, it's a whole month, so I don't know. But 2 could be just even partnership. You had you got the 2 of Wands twice because you had it with the love question, and you also had 2 of Cups. So 2 partnerships, balance, reciprocity, give and take. Okay, so in the third week, you've got the telephone, you've got the school bus, the butterfly, and the 2 of Wands. So week 3, you've got maybe some communication coming in or someone trying to contact you. You've got some changes coming in the third week as well. And then you've got something about learning or education. You could be seeking more education. Again, today, each group got the school bus, which is so cool. Back to school supplies in the fall, to me, just goes hand in hand. So I don't know, maybe there's something you're wanting to learn or gain education about, or you're seeking out further information on something. I think in the month too, you're like following your fascination with something, or you're feeling very inspired, possibly even creatively. You might be initiating some sort of communication, or even someone might be actually contacting you to plan something possibly, but you're definitely taking action or thinking about taking action, planning with something. I'm feeling like you're planning some sort of change, or I don't know, there's something you're like working, something's brewing in the third week. I can't quite pinpoint it, but some sort of important communications coming in. There's a focus on learning, change and transformation, and growth, which was one of your keywords. Growth, expanding horizons. That could be what this is too, right? Because this is very much like the world's at your fingertips. So definitely exploring your options in the third week, and there could be some important communication. So I'll be curious to know what that is. In the fourth week, however, this is your most challenging card today, I would say, and I think it makes a lot of sense with what we have. Changes bring about anxiety, and I'm seeing in the fourth week you are feeling some nervousness or some anxiety. You could be ruminating or just having a hard time sleeping about changes. You've got this is like the little lifesaver ring, okay? So this is always help or assistance. So if you need help or just someone to talk to in the fourth week, definitely do so. It seems related to like being in a period of change or transition, because that's what this represents. It's like being in the midst of a change. You're not where you came from. You're not yet where you want to go. So there's some anxiety that this is bringing up. And I think just even you could be the most optimistic and excited person ever, but you're still going to have some anxieties about changes, okay? So this could also be just like accept the help that's available to you. Someone could be offering to help you, or you could be encouraged to seek out support, more so support or help where you need it. So yeah, fourth week, there could be some anxieties about changes, but just know that that's normal. I mean, I think that's completely expected in periods of change. Get back to basics could have to do with this as well. Maybe there's certain things that help you with your anxiety, basic kind of like lifestyle routines or things like that. So it could be saying kind of get back to that, because that could also help deal with the fears or the thoughts that are kind of popping up for you. But let's get some letters group 3, and then that'll be that. And I'll get this uploaded and sent to you. Yeah, everyone seems so interested in like learning new things in September. It's interesting. Just collectively. You've got time, gentle, secret. I actually have more word cards that someone sent to me that I haven't added yet because I was using them for something else. But I gotta add those. Okay. So I'll get these flipped upright. Have fun with it. Look in the comments. I haven't seen too much today, but I'll try. I'll just get them flipped upright first, then I'll move my hands out of the way. Okay. So pause the video if you need more time. It's probably too many letters, but okay. I see extra. Courage. Oh, do we have another T? We don't. Damn it. I was thinking destination, but we've got destiny. Let me know what you see. So I can't wait to hear what you think. Let me know. Come back at the end of September. Let me know how this ends up playing out. You've got a lot of abundance, and I think something you're doing is working, group 3. So like, keep doing it. Obviously, you could be making some adjustments, and like, you're experiencing a lot of growth and expansion. But yeah, something you're doing is working in spite of like situations around you, circumstance, obstacles, or even people that are trying to like get in your way. You're too stubborn, so that's a good thing. So yeah, let me know what you think, group 3. We will see you later.